1992 to 1.9 million in 2003 to 2005. The proportion of undernourished people declined from 34% in 1992 to 9% in 2003-2005. Indeed, Ghana is one of the few countries in the sub-Saharan Africa that had reached both the World Food Summit target of having the number of hungry people and the Millennium Development Goal target of having the proportion of undernourished people. But the prospects of this encouraging trend suddenly began to appear gloomy. The increase in food prices in 2007 caused a huge jump in the cost of living because of Ghana's significant dependence on imported food. Alongside this, the country faces a big increase in its oil import bill because of the unprecedented rise in world market prices of crude oil, despite the fact that the prices of our main exports, cocoa and gold, remain relatively stable. Ladies and gentlemen, the effects of the crisis on the poor and on women and children has been profound. The proportion of incomes of the ever poor that goes into food has increased significantly. To take another example, we have a tree in the north called the shea tree, and it produces a nut that is used to process oil. The prices of shea nuts, which grow in the poorest part of our country, that is in northern Ghana, whose picking and processing is mainly dominated by poor rural women, slumped on the international market, the consequences of which has been deepening rural poverty in that part of the country. Over the past 10 months, the NDC government has taken measures to deal with the impact of the crisis on our country. We have initiated a stabilization program with financial support from the IMF and the World Bank. The engagement by government with these institutions has generated a lively debate in our country about the implications of these policies. I'm aware that the role of these two multilateral institutions in the economic policies of countries such as ours, and then unequal power relations within their governance structures, and the global economic governance systems generally is something that Social Watch has been concerned about. But let me assure you that government is engaging these institutions with its eyes wide open. We're using the opportunity to stabilize our economy, but still ensuring that investments in poverty eradication programs, such as the LEAD program, which is a program where we give some cash handouts to the poorest in society, the school feeding program, the school uniform program, and increased investment in agri are not only maintained but enhanced. Indeed, the global crisis and the responses to it have firmly placed the issues of global governance, including the role of the IMF and the World Bank, firmly at the center of global policy agenda. And small countries such as Ghana will use the processes within the UN system to articulate our views on an equal footing with other states. The Ghana government, like other African governments, welcomes the broadening of global policy dialogue represented by the developing role of the G20 vis-à-vis the G8.